Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here. This time reviewing on Sonic the Hedgehog Bad Guys, issue number 2. Now, as you know, Sonic the Hedgehog Bad Guys is meant to be a new miniseries, much like Tangled and Whisper. And the cover has Dr. Starline with his team uncovering parts from a major plan. And the story mainly starts off how Starline's team are taking down Eggman's robots, and Starline pretty much says every one of them thinks we're in this to get revenge on Eggman, and points out that none of them know that this was part of his plans to use them. And we're shown at a flashback where he's talking about the power cores that are in Eggman's sort of factory. And Rough and Tumble say, what are we supposed to do with those built a bull pit? We've been banned from every one of them, 'cause we keep kicking out all the kids. So Starling pretty much points out about how it's going to be tricky, how basically it's going to be tough, and you can actually also tell that Starling is trying to butter up Surrock just to keep him on his good books, and makes it believe that he's part of the lead of the team, with Starling thinking, just by touching them, causing you to don't know. And so, basically, even Minnick says, power is fleeting. How do you suppose we get close to disappearing? And so, basically, he says about trying to infiltrate in and that, and basically even managing to sort of get Zerlock onto the plan, saying, what, you would go that far against your master? And even basically ropes in everyone for the major plan. And even Stirring mentions that, he's using them from the start, and that his victory will be assured. And also saying that he can't rely on egoism due to how many times Eggman's lost his battles. So we're shown how he mentions how Minnick betrayed his team by selling them out, how Rough and Tumbles are too stupid, and also mentions how Zerlock is the one trying to put things together, and him saying, I had toyed with the idea of keeping some of them around, perhaps fold them into my master project, but I can't afford sentimentally. Once this is over, they all need to be disposed of. And so basically Sorok points out about getting over the bridge, and so pretty much Ruff and Minnick get thrown over, and they manage to get through, with Minnick posing as an Eggman robot, shooting one down, and basically they're mentioning about the door not opening, but realizes it's alarm centered, and manages to undo it, and they break in. And Sterling says, Masterful excavation, sir. These warriors are no deadly six, but they adapt. And he even makes it clear that he's aware of what Starline's really up to. And it's clear that Starling does hold a bit of a grudge against Eggman, but does point to him that he can be his own man. He doesn't really need to rely on machinery. And this leaves Starling thinking, do I really have what it takes? So basically, Sterling mainly has Minnick pose as Sonic to make it look like Sonic went in full hero. And as soon as he goes in as Sonic, there's a robot dino. And he says, tagging out, I'll handle this. And so tries to use his metal powers to little to no prevail. But Rough and Tumble manage to go in, basically take the robot dino out in a single beat. And they're like, oh man, it ain't getting up after that one. Must have been something it ate. I am honestly impressed. I am too, and I hate it. So after this, they mainly get out to get as many boxes as they can. Sterling basically destroys the footage, and after this, they make it look like Sonic broke through by using his spin dash and leave off into the sunset. And afterwards, Orbot shows up saying that it was Sonic the Hedgehog, with Eggman saying, "Huh, you called this a report? It's all we have, sir, on files, boss, but it's seeming pretty clear Sonic is to blame, and you can tell Eggman's not stupid and knows something's up, and that he's going to get to the bottom of this." So we see Sterling finally taking Zorok's advice and deciding to become something like Sonic, and becoming more of the anti-version, and no longer relying on machinery. And we see how Sterling starts to use his speed abilities, and even saying, "with the power of the tricore." And yeah, ending the story. So I would say issue 2 isn't too bad. I think the point of Sterling is that he wants to become something like Eggman, and wants to get back on Eggman's good books. And the point of Zorok was meant to say, look, you don't need to be something you're not, be your own person. And I think we've seen this so many times before. So I think the issue deserves a thumbs up. Still good, and still alright. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.